Hello.
Hey, can I speak to one of the members of Growing, please?
Yeah, this is Sadie. I'm in Growing.
Well, hello, Sadie. How are you tonight? My name is Scott, and I'm calling from the interview show.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
That's good.
Great, great. So I expected actually I was going to be speaking to either Joe or Kevin, but I can talk to you. Can maybe I talk to a couple of you?
Yeah, of course.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah. Okay. We can just do that one at a time, though. We don't have a speakerphone or anything.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So, well, then I guess I'll just come at it this way, Katie. Since you're sort of the new person to the group, I was wondering how you found your way to the band.
They're friends of mine. You know, I've known them, both Joe and Kevin, for a while, and I play in another band called IUD, and we went on tour with them, with Growing, before I was in the band, and it was really fun, and we had a good time, and I don't know, after that, they asked me to come over and jam with them, and I did that, and that was really cool, and then, I don't know, we just sort of said, why don't you just join the band, and I did. It was just kind of like a, I don't know, a natural, sort of easy, unplanned thing. Well, I mean, I get the sense that Joe and Kevin, it maybe crossed their mind that they wanted to find someone to play with, and then, I don't know, it really wasn't, I don't know how to make sense, sort of like, it really was kind of just this, like, sort of easy thing, and I ended up going on tour with them, like, right away, like, kind of getting together and practicing, and then, you know, they had this tour with Boris, and they were like, why don't you just come along? And that was sort of like the real indication of whether or not it would work if I was in the band, was just to join this tour and, like, to see, you know, how we all worked on the road together and stuff. And it went really well, so that was the real definitive thing.
Nice. I was listening to Pumps on the way here, and I liked the change up between the male and female vocals. It adds a nice, like, unexpectedness to the music.
Yeah, you know, they're actually all my vocals. They're just processed so much they sound like a male vocal. Yeah, you know, they're actually all my vocals. They're just processed so much they sound like a male vocal. You know, because I put a pitch shifter on them and I shift it down really low. So, which I'm kind of into. I wanted it to have sort of this like androgynous, you know, vocal thing that wasn't maybe like just, ooh, they added a girl, you know.
No, that's really cool and unexpected.
Yeah.
What made you decide to move towards androgyny for this project?
I don't know. I just that was I just felt like I'm not, you know, a vocalist. Like, I'm not a singer. That's not was ever my intention in the band. But we thought that we wanted to have like a voice, you know, just as another layer, like any other, like a sample or a guitar sound or something. And so I was kind of uncomfortable, I guess, with it being like my voice, So I ended up, processing it and stuff, and then I just liked the way it sounded.
Wow. So I'll come at it this way. When you're making the music, how do you decide what pitch your voice should be at? Because at some of them, it was easy for somebody like me who didn't know anything about the band coming in to be like, okay, there's Sadie.
I don't know. It just sounds. I guess I just was experimenting while we were practicing, and then just sort of whatever sort of fit the moment was what we made. Which was the choice I made to do that. So I don't know what I didn't have a real conscious thing going. It was sort of maybe subconscious.
Hey, my name is Joe.
Hey,
and Growing.
My name is Sadie.
Hi, my name is
I'm
Kevin.
From Growing.
I'm from Growing, and you're listening to the interview show. Hey, my name is Joe.
Hey,
and Growing. Hi, my name is
Sadie.
Kevin.
I'm from Growing.
I'm from Growing, and you're listening to the interview show. Hello, this is Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, this is Scott, and I'm from The Interview Show. How are you doing today?
All right, hanging in. So, not bad.
Yeah? What's happened today?
Yeah. Nothing, really. Just a lot of driving from Detroit to Chicago. So, which isn't the worst drive, but it's just it's always a lot longer than I think it's going to be. So, yeah, that's it. Just sitting in the van, staring at the road, pass by. So, pretty boring day. Sorry.
Okay, so you guys are putting out Pumps in a little bit, and it's your first record that Vice is going to be putting out, and Vice is one of those labels that gets a lot of attention. So a lot of people are going to be listening to you guys for the first time with this record. What do those fans need to know about you before Vice?
Oh, you know what? Nothing. Come with a fresh state of mind is what I think. I mean, I don't know how much you need to know about us other than we make music, and right now we're making what we're making, really. So I almost like it more when people come to the table with nothing, because when you start thinking about it in terms of what's been done, you start putting these associations on it, and we try really hard to keep each record its own kind of autonomous thing. Not, we're not trying to live in a box or try anything. So I guess if they needed to know anything, it would be to just enjoy themselves. So.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you and Joe have been partners for a long time, and I was reading in a lot of interviews, it sounds like you guys live together. So you sort of sound like an old married couple.
Yeah, it's not too far from that. We don't live together anymore. We did for a long time. We lived together in Olympia, and then when I moved, he had moved to New York before me. So when I got there, I moved in with him, and then stayed living with him for another probably 4 years in New York. So it's not too far off from a married couple. So obviously, we'll have our little differences here and there, but it's never been like, a massive, blowout where we didn't really, where we stopped communicating entirely. We definitely had our times where we needed to be like in our own space or whatever, but, it's never been like counterproductive or, the sort of thing where, and any sort of like really tragic or terrible, unfixable thing.
No, of course. But you know what? When you moved out and you guys weren't living together anymore, I bet you there was one thing that you noticed just walking around the house thinking, God damn it, I'm glad he's not doing this.
Well, I can't think of anything like that, but what I can say is it's not so bad to not be around the same person that much. That was a big thing, was just knowing, you know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden we'd call each other on the phone. That was kind of nice. Instead of just like knocking on the door or waiting at home. But yeah, I can't. I mean, he might have a laundry list of things for me that I do, but there's nothing he does that annoys me that badly that I notice. I don't think, anyways.
Cool. So I was doing a little bit of research on you guys today. I read the interview in Vice where you took DMT while you did the interview, and I felt that was very interesting considering your music.
Well, I mean, it was their idea. I think they had some and kind of wanted to, they wanted to do some kind of interview like that with it, and I just kind of lucked into it, basically. They'd asked if I was interested, and I was, and still am, and it was pretty insane, actually. But I don't know. I just considered it lucky.
So, can you talk a little bit about your relationship between music and drugs?
I mean, any specific terms?
No. I mean, I just want you to speak generally what you feel comfortable with. I just think your music, especially listening to this record today, definitely lends itself to some sort of altered mindset, no matter how you get there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not required for. I don't like to think of it as like a required thing because it's not at all. But there is, to some degree, that element, I think, in a lot of creative, things, and that's definitely, it doesn't define anything, but it can be a part of it, especially if you want it to be.
Nice. That's the best, most diplomatic answer I've heard all week.
It was tough coming out, so yes. Hey, my name is Joe.
Hey,
and Growing.
My name is Sadie.
Hi, my name is
I'm
Kevin.
From Growing.
I'm from Growing, and you're listening to the interview show.
Hey, my name is Joe.
Hey,
and
my name is Sadie.
Hi, my name is
I'm from
Kevin.
Growing.
I'm from Growing, and you're listening to the interview show.
To the interview show. Hello,
Hey, is this Joe?
this is Joe.
Hey, this is Scott from the interview show. How are you doing today?
I'm alright, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing great. I wanted to talk to you about two things. I was reading this great interview of yours where you were talking about your music and how it was dealing with your relationship with time. And I was hoping that you could talk a little bit about that.
Oh, do you remember what I said?
I can dig out the quote. Just give me a second here.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your quote.
Mm-hmm.
Most of our musical structures help me deal with the anxieties concerning with the passage of time.
Yeah, I definitely have those anxieties. I guess at the time, I think that quote's a pretty old quote, probably pretty earlier on in what we were doing. So a lot of the structural stuff in our music took place over longer periods of time, and like the changes in the music happened slower or more slowly, I guess. And there was like a opportunity to focus on those things in a way that maybe for me, not so much consciously when we were writing, but just in the time, like when we were playing live, it was something that we naturally did, and it felt right at the time. I was younger then and was like, I don't know, maybe more worried about time in general. But I'm not sure if it applies as much to the music we're making now, although the fact that maybe I don't worry about it as much in the music now, it's like things shift at quicker paces, but that has more to do, I think, with us wanting to do new things and change it up and kind of try different styles of music. Not styles of music, but try different sounds and shapes out. So, I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, no, it did. Great, thank you. I did want to ask you then, if time isn't causing you so much anxiety anymore, what does these days?
I get pretty stressed out just about like have just like getting stuff done, getting the money together, like kind of worrying about how much longer we can make music and kind of do creative stuff when it's tough to live on. Like we don't really live on any of the band money, so we all have to have other jobs, and it just gets to be like a kind of rat race sort of thing. But at the same time, I think that's good. It gives us limitations, and it gives us sort of like things we have to fight against. And I think that can be a positive influence on what we do too.
Nice. I was looking for pictures of you today online, and the reason was because I read this interview with Chloe Sevigny in Interview magazine. Well, she basically said that you were an inspiration for her and her men's fashion line.
Oh, really? That's pretty weird. I don't know. I guess she likes the way I dress. And my dress, I mean, I don't really put much thought into it. It's pretty utility-based. maybe she thinks that's cool.
So can you explain how you dress, how you look? Can you describe yourself for the audience?
Yeah, right now I'm wearing corduroy pants. They're gray, and some Red Wings boots that I got used, which are really comfortable. And then I have a tank top on and a button-down shirt, and a and a knit cap. I have a knit cap on too. It's pretty plain. I have pretty basic stuff, but maybe I don't know. I think she tries to design a lot of the clothes she does. This concept like day wear, like things you can wear out, let them, kind of like regular clothes instead of high fashion. I'm definitely a regular clothes kind of guy. Actually, the pants that I'm wearing used to be Kevin's. He was trying to throw them out. He was trying to get rid of a bunch of clothes he didn't have room for, so I took all of them, and now I don't have to buy clothes for I don't have to buy pants for a while.
Nice. Okay. What I usually do to end the show is I have the guest pick a track off the album and then give a little bit of insight into it as I play out.
Let me think. What are the songs on the record? I guess you could do Challenger. That's a good one. Challenger started as a completely different song, and we recorded it and tracked it and started mixing it, and really just kind of came up against the wall, and we were really bummed out about it, so we saved it to the last thing, and all we kept was the drum tracks, and we redid everything else on one of the last days of mixing, and did all the vocals new and all the guitar parts new, and just came up with a totally different song, which we were much more excited about. Hey, my name is Joe.
Hey,
and Growing.
My name is Sadie.
Hi, my name is
I'm
Kevin.
From Growing.
I'm from Growing, and you're listening to the interview show.
To the interview show.
Crazy.